Yes, my people, welcome to another video. It's me, your boy Prozech, and here we talk all things sneakers, kicks and crepes. Today, man, it's a special video, man. We're doing a little review on the Yeezy 700 V3 Safflower. Yeah, we're gonna look at the origins of the shoe, the fit on feet, comfort, sizing, and obviously we're going to talk about the price. If that sounds like content you'd like, feel free to give it a like, comment down below. Yes, feel free to jump in the comments. I will always try and hit you back, and subscribe, my guys. Subscribe. A lot of you people are watching these videos and you're not subscribing. We need the subscribers, man. Help your boy out and subscribe to the video and share the video. Feel free, if you like what you see, feel free to share it. It's absolutely free. You have my permission. Share it with everyone you know that might like the video, everyone that you know that might like kicks, everyone that you know that likes big black guys, everyone you know. Share the video with everyone you know. Now let's jump into the video. The Safflower colorway was actually released on the 14th of November 2020, and as the name kind of suggests, kind of takes its color hues from a sunflower, very warm yellow, kind of a sail, kind of off-white vibe on the, especially on the midsole. But we'll get into the colors and the actual look of the shoe a little bit later. And in fact, before I do anything else, let's unbox this shoe. So guys, let's obviously take a little bit closer look at the shoe. Here's the box, 700. At the front there, you've got Yeezy 700 made by Adidas. Here you've got the label, and on the label it says Yeezy 700 V3. I got mine in a size 12 and a half, which is a US 13. Official color is, it says Safflower, but I'm assuming that means Safflower. Now let's get into the shoe, and here's the shoe. Let's have a closer look. There's the front of the shoe, side of the shoe, heels, the shoe. Let's swing around and get the other side of the shoe. First impressions for me, it's a very futuristic looking shoe, obviously in line with Yeezy's aesthetic at the moment, obviously trying to look to the future. So the V3, obviously the third iteration of the Yeezy 700, and it's obviously taking it to a new place. So I can kind of see where the shoe fits. This booty material is quite stretchy for fit and comfort. This is a little bit of 3M on the tongue there. This sort of exoskeleton you can see here gives the shoe a lot of structure on both sides. This is RPU, which is a type of synthetic leather, but it's been hardened, a bit more rigid. And the midsole is PU, which is just another form of synthetic leather, and EVA, which is rubber-like material. In the sole itself, you've got EVA, and obviously there's a tread there. Obviously forgot to talk about the main thing, is these color hits on the side here. You got sort of, and when I say it's obviously it's a gradient of yellow, you got a very sort of strong yellow sort of coming towards the back end of the shoe, and it sort of fades out a little bit at the closer it gets to the front of the shoe. Interesting looking shoe. It definitely causes you to take a second look. If you saw someone wearing the shoes, you definitely would look twice. So if you're the type of person that seeks to get shoes that nobody else has, or shoes that make you stand out, this is definitely that type of shoe. Are you willing to pay the price for it? Who knows, but like, it's a really interesting shoe. Another thing that is pretty cool about the shoe, and I think I know the reason why they have this, but on early Yeezy models you used to have an ortholite sole, and once again on the insole of this you've got the Adidas Yeezy and ortholite, and you can see underneath sort of some extra padding there in various areas of the foot, just to give you a little bit of extra support while you're walking. There's a very good reason why I believe they've done this, and I'll get into that a little bit later. For me, you know what, in hand and in pictures, I really wasn't feeling the shoe, but we'll leave that until the end. I'll give you my verdicts a little bit later. Let's see how these shoes look on feet. Now the price of this particular shoe is £169.95, and if you're trying to pick up this shoe on StockX on the secondary market, you're probably looking around £200. That sort of ballpark. It's a full £10 cheaper than a Yeezy 350 V2, 30 odd pound cheaper than a 380. But there is a massive reason why this shoe is priced so reasonably. I'll give you 3 seconds to work out what I'm talking about. 3, 2, 1. Everybody shout it out. Ain't got no boost. Ain't no boost in this shoe, G. Ain't no boost. And as we all know, boost is expensive. This shoe is boostless. It's boost challenge. It is unboosted. This shoe is unboosted. No boost in any part of this shoe. Right? Very, very interesting. And that's the reason why it doesn't cost as much. I mean, when you look at the 380, right, which has a similar heel pattern, right, massive heel, chock full of boost, right, you're talking a shoe £220 odd. This shoe with the same heel with no boost inside, £169 or £170, right? Massive difference. On the face of it, it's kind of a masterstroke, because you think to yourself, well, if you've got a shoe with a similar pattern without boost and it's selling really well, maybe we don't need to use as much boost. But that only works if when you put the shoe on, it actually has a similar type of comfort, or at least somewhat comfortable. So it's the elephant in the room, is the shoe comfortable? And yes, the shoe is comfortable. I wore the shoe for a few hours, I think, and yeah, the shoe's pretty comfortable. To be fair, I didn't take the shoe outside. I wore it basically in the house, just walking up and down, going up the stairs, doing my bits and pieces. But yeah, man, the shoe's pretty comfortable. So I'm a standard size 12. As I said before, I got these in a 12.5, which is kind of my Yeezy size. I've gone half a size up. I wouldn't suggest going any more than a full size up on this particular shoe. I think that'll probably be fine for most people, but some people might absolutely be fine just getting your regular size. So you kind of just want to play it by ear, but I would imagine at least half a size up for most people, just because of how tight it is initially, but it also depends on whether you want to wear it with socks or not, so just bear that in mind. I can understand why they've got the infinity loop system, because the truth of the matter is you really don't need laces with the shoe. The boot's pretty snug, so once you get your foot in, your foot's not going anywhere, so there's not going to be no slipping and sliding, especially if you're wearing a sock. It comes with spare laces, so if you like that look, obviously you can switch these out. When I say switch, you kind of have to, we all know how it works at this point. You have to cut these off in order to get the new laces in, but you do get a spare pair of laces. So if you like that look, if you prefer that look, feel free. It's an interesting looking shoe. Aesthetically, it ticks a lot of boxes, especially when you wear it on feet. And I'll show you a picture. Obviously I've done the on feet, but like, one thing I noticed, which is really, really interesting, and I don't know how many of you feel about it, but like when I had it in my hand and when I have it in my hands, it's kind of like, okay, this is kind of a weird looking shoe, interesting, it's kind of aesthetically crazy and out there, kind of like futuristic looking, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, am I that guy to go around rocking these types of shoes? And I'm thinking, maybe not, I don't know, right? As soon as I put the shoe on my feet, fit aside just how it looked from a drip perspective, yeah, I was wearing, as you can see in the video, I was wearing dark joggers, right? Just straight cut joggers, but dark joggers, right? And it was so interesting when I put the shoe on and I looked down and I saw my black joggers sort of flow into the booty. Like, and when I say booty, I mean this booty, not another thing. But like, when I saw it sort of, that color sort of flow and it be sort of flanked by this edge, like I was like, that kind of looks drippy still. Like I thought, okay, I can kind of understand where these men are going with it, but am I never gonna be able to wear any other color trousers with this shoe? Like, for me, it was an interesting observation, and it rose a question in my mind. Like, and this is something that you guys can help me with. When you're buying shoes, do you buy them for how they look in your hands, or do you buy them for how they look on feet? I mean, do you buy them for how they look to you on feet, or how they look to other people on feet? That side view versus that bird's eye view. Like, what's your thinking when you're buying shoes? Like, 'cause some shoes from the side look amazing, but from on top they look whatever. And I'd imagine some shoes are the opposite as well. So it's an interesting thing that sort of, and I think it's only this shoe that sort of brought this this thought into my mind, like how people look at their shoes. When I was looking down on the shoe, I was loving the shoe, I cannot lie. I was loving how it looked with that particular pair of joggers. I don't know if it would look the same with blue jeans or some blue chinos. I don't know if it would look the same with some cargos. That being said, right, I ain't gonna go around wearing black joggers every time I wear the shoes, am I? You don't want to be locked in when you're paying 160 or 170 or pound for a shoe. There is a lot going on with the shoe, and I think obviously because the shoe lacks boost, I felt like they kind of said, you know what, let's add in a load of glow in the dark stuff just to sort of make people like not ask the question where their money's gone. And the glow in the dark works. I'll put some pictures up on screen. It was difficult for me to get a picture because I was in the dark and I couldn't see, but I mean, you can kind of see the shoe, like especially when you heat them up like with lights and stuff for a little bit before, and you turn off the lights, you can kind of see, yeah, they glow in the dark. It's like an added little extra. If the shoe didn't glow in the dark, would I buy the shoe? I mean, it wouldn't really factor in to my thought process. I think it was one of those things that they just decided to add, because I mean, obviously you got to justify 170 odd pounds. So wow, that was pretty cool. Overall, holding it in my hands, I could appreciate certain aspects. Seeing it on my feet definitely threw a spanner in the works, in the sense that I didn't think I liked the shoe, and I put it on my feet and then I was like, maybe I like the shoe, but it kind of crystallized in my mind while I was writing for this particular video that it wasn't this colorway, it was the actual silhouette of the shoe. This silhouette is redeemable. This silhouette is pretty cool, and as I said earlier, it is decently comfortable. It's not on a boost level, and you're gonna notice the difference. It's far more rigid, it's a lot more firm, and it's unlikely to sort of ease out over time. For what most people are going to use them for, which is essentially just walking around, I think they'll be absolutely fine. The yellow hits on the shoes just probably X's the shoe out for me because it's just not my sort of color palette. I think there are better versions of this shoe, as in colorways, so I'd be leaning towards those. But if you liked that sort of summer vibe and the sunflower vibe that you get from this shoe, and it's sort of like summer, and obviously we're in November, so maybe they chose the wrong time of year to actually bring the shoe out. Maybe it'd be a bit more popular during the summer months. But I wasn't fully on board with the silhouette, but I actually am on board with the silhouette, so I think it's just a matter of getting the right colorway. So if you find the right colorway, I think these shoes can be pretty cool. Now I've told you what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like. Feel free to jump up in the comments, let me know what you're thinking, you're feeling, answer some of my questions. I always endeavor to get back to anyone that makes a comment on my videos. I really appreciate it. And most importantly, subscribe. If you've watched a couple of my videos and you enjoy my content, please subscribe. It really does help. We're trying to get to 250 subscribers before the end of the year. Turn on the notification bell, and so you know every time I'm dropping a new video. Instagram, Twitter, my name is @Prozech. Once again, it's been your boy Prozech. This has been Sneakers, Kicks and Creps. I'm signing out. Peace.